right. That was some bad music. Let's do this milk stout, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Whoa! 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 Calm down. Let's get groovy for this milk stout here. We're going for some epic pour shit. Milk stout. 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 Okay, so this is at a pretty good temperature, I think. This has been warming up for quite some time. It's been on the fridge for probably at least an hour, so that's, as you can tell, it's smelling quite char, quite burnt, quite incinerated stout grains here. Smelling as one of the most char stouts I've ever had. It's only so black you can burn this shit, people. I don't know. Nice. Yeah, it's fucking black. You saw that pour, right? That was sadistic tar shit. That was road tar, man. I'll be quite honest. I don't know how many milk stouts I've done. Maybe only a couple or something. That is smooth and like light, not too light bodied though, kind of like I'll say medium bodied. This is still quite cold for this beverage. It's coming off very drinkable. It's seeming more chill than it is maybe and stuff. It's just very delicious actually. I didn't introduce the beer. I'm sorry. I introduced it in the last video. So that's why I didn't introduce you. So shame on you for not watching the last video. That was Trappist Rochefort 8. This is a very hoity-toity beer, so you better check that shit out. And this is from Black Bridge Brewery from Saskatoon, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Milk stout at 5.3% alcohol by volume in a 355 milliliter beer can. That's only about maybe 2.5 hours or something from here on the #1 highway as you go through Saskatchewan. So maybe if you're going through, stop by the brewery and see if you can pick up a brew. Yeah, you gotta make the best out of a situation, you know. Very watery at first, very refreshing, very drinkable, very soothing. Finish, you're getting burnt grounds and like a nice milky sweetness. I think because of lactose, that's where the milk stout comes in. Coming in very sweet. I think this is, not that I've had a whole lot of milk stouts, but if they're all like this, that's great. I think that this is kind of what I was expecting from the reviews I've seen on milk stout and just the general. I think I have had them before. And so, I just can't remember where, what, or when, but being so charred, the head has actually kind of disappeared quite quickly on here, which is really, maybe the lack of hop flavor is really kind of showcasing that lactose sweetness in here, alongside those very dark stout grains. But, you know, guys, like, throw on some Goldings in there. Couldn't hurt either. But it is, don't get me wrong, this is actually really enjoyable beer. Especially coming out of Swift Current. I never would have seen that coming. So I saw this stuff, and so, you know, I go through Wine Cavern. So I have a shout out to Wine Cavern. I haven't done it in a long time. There's a beer room with 1,000 beers, 1,000+ beers in it at all times. Different craft beers, maybe 98% of what's in there. One of the best stops for myself in Lethbridge, Alberta, to pick up some of these beers, and so all kinds of beers in there. I've not even tried 20% of them probably. So well, I'm glad because the Trappist Rochefort, like a lot of those Belgians, do kind of make my stomach a bit upset. So I'm always plugging as Dr. Zerker stouts for upset stomach. Man, this is like Pepto Bismol, but way better. If you want to alcoholify your Pepto Bismol, go for it. But I'll just drink a milk stout. Party Pepto. It's really good. It's the burntness, like the grains are really mixing really well with the sweetness in this. It's kind of very flat tasting, very flat, cold, and smooth. And I like this has been out of the fridge for an hour, and I'm still finding it nice and cold. So don't be afraid to let this warm up a little bit. Yeah, I'm a hophead, so I'm always like, yeah, throw some Cascade in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a really good beer, guys. Major props. I don't want to refund you too much for not having the hops in here. It is very much exactly what I was expecting. I was like, it's gonna taste like this in my mind. Open up, crack it, yeah. Fabulous. That's exactly what I wanted to taste. A typical fucking milk stout, but just kind of to the extreme with mega burnt grains. It was way more burnt than I was expecting. The milk aspect or whatever they do in those, the lang is a lactose ingredient that they brew with, is really coming through. Like it's really showcasing here. So if you want to try a milk stout and you're in the area, or if you see this, I don't know where they're shipping this across Canada. Maybe they got it out east and everywhere. I don't know, but if you're looking for just a plain Jane flat out milk stout, I think this is fucking the buck stops here, people. This is a good one. I'm fucking wasted by the way. So, off one bottle of Trappist Rochefort at 9%, shame on me. I had a big fucking dinner too, so because it is Christmas Day, so I can hardly move. I don't know how I got so fucking smashed, and it also started giving me a headache though. It's the only thing I can complain about on the Rochefort is give me a headache. You know, like malt liquor headache there, but it's gone now. It's only lasted a couple minutes, so that's nice. I like this quite a bit. The malt bill on here, I'm mega applause on the malt bill. I think that that's really great, and it's for what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have to give this an extra high rate of 10 out of 11. As out of beer, I might go a little bit lower. Personally, I would probably throw a shit ton more hops in here. Just me. If I had the barley in front of me and the bag of hops there, it would get dumped in. But you know, as for what it is, it's a really excellent example. So I'll give it a re-rate for what it actually, you know, what it deserves. I'd say 9 3/4 out of 11. I'm actually really liking this. I really do enjoy a stout. At least once a week or something is a really great beer to drink. And I think this is great that we got one in Saskatoon. That's awesome. Saskatoon, fuck, I keep saying that. I don't know. Swift Current. Fucking. I did a bunch of research on Saskatoon earlier. I thought they would have a bunch of craft breweries up there, and so I called everybody and was in like talking to everybody up there and seeing what was going on. I think Saskatoon is supposedly a pretty hip city. I kind of want to go there and visit, but haven't made it there yet. I've been to Regina and a few places out in Saskatchewan, but yeah, I think Saskatoon would be a nice worthy stop. And Swift Current, yeah. Now if I'm going through again, I think I'm gonna stop by and check out this brewery and see if I can book a tour or something. That'd be fucking awesome. Another long review, 10 minutes. I'm sorry. It's Christmas. And I'm really enjoying beer tonight, I guess. So as I got this here, I plugged in the last video. I'm one of these guys. I don't know if anyone does it. I am such a whore for plugging my own shit all through it. See, that's a pasta maker. we're going to turn this into a barley mill. You know what I'm saying? We're going to replace this with a fucking drill. We're going to put a hopper on top. We're going to knurl these, and we're going to put grooves in them. So if you're into brewing, I'll just say this. Homebrewed beer has a really bad name, and that's why I want to get into doing this more. And I know a lot of people know now, and there's a lot of all grain brewers. I'm a little bit behind schedule. That's why I get 2 views a week on my videos or whatever. But seriously, whatever. I don't give a shit anyway. But all homemade beer is not bad. There's a certain way to do it, and and you know, we all screw shit up, so it's not 100%. You're gonna have success all the time. But I think that generally, I have done malt extract kits that if you tweak up, like I did a white ale out of can of pale malt extract that turned out excellent because I threw rice and these other like fresher ingredients in there. But I think really to get a real good quality, consistent quality product, you need to just kind of, it's like the difference between Tang and fresh squeezed orange juice, really. I mean, that's really what we're looking at here between all grain brewing and malt extract. It is really pretty much like Tang or at the very best concentrated orange juice versus fresh squeezed orange juice. I wouldn't even give it that much credit, but you can take Tang and different things and make a good drink with them if you really, you throw the right booze in there and stuff. Yeah, you can make a good fucking drink with concentrated orange juice or Tang, but you're going to have a much higher success rate with all grain brewing, and I think that's why now so many people are getting into all grain brewing, because when I first graduated, I was looking into all grain brewing before it was a thing, but the literature that I had was so primitive and so poorly written, and they showed like a professional brewery, all the things, and it looked just so overwhelming that I never proceeded any further. I was just reading that one shitty book from the 80s or whatever, but there's so many great resources now, so check out all those resources. Brewing TV, great YouTube channel on that, and everything else. And I'm going to plug some more things: kegerators, wort chillers, grain mill. I'm going to hopefully brew a bunch of big beers this year to kind of save on money, So we're going to brew the expensive shit. I'm thinking I want to do some barley wines and some quick shit just to get the tap moving, get some beers happening. But anyway, so this will be coming up this week. Gonna do it for sure. My kegerator, I need the R2D2 kegerator. By the way, needs to be pressure valve and a tap, which I'm gonna order from OntarioBeerKegs.com. So Canadians, if you need equipment, check out OntarioBeerKegs.com because they sell taps and shit, anything you need for your kegerator and stuff. So I'm just plugging shit. I got nothing better to do. No one's gonna watch this anyway. Fuck off. You know what I mean? So playing with the grain mill, having a good time, half pissed. Yeah, it's a pretty good beer. I think I gave it a rate, didn't I? Something. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Great beer, guys. I don't know what else they have. I might check out their website and stuff. But your hands on some hops, guys. Make some fucking crazy shit and send it this way. Beerzerker, and I'm out. Yeah!